This is Roger Struckoff with Syscon TV. We're in day 2 at Cloud Expo East in New York in the year 2015. Right now I'm sitting with Delano Seymour from 6fusion. You can see it on his shirt, so just stare at that for a while and think of all the good they can do for you. Delano, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Give our audience a little bit of a kind of an overview of what the company's all about and why you're here at Cloud Expo.
Well, 6fusion and its mission is to basically simplify the measurement of IT. In the electricity market, we have the kilowatt, which allows you to basically pay for what you use using that unit of measure. There is no such unit of measure for computing. So what we decided to do was come up with one. And so what we came up with was the workload allocation cube, WAC for short. So we want to measure IT usage in kilowatts. So it's analogous to the electricity market. The goal here is to allow companies to basically measure, compare, and contrast between different platforms, and as a future goal, to be able to trade compute.
See, this is the coolest thing ever. There is a book written many years ago called The Big Switch, written by Nicholas Cart. Okay. Well, but everybody reads the Bible, but no one lives it. This is the problem.
Exactly.
And that's what he was talking about. And the whole idea of being able to do it, I mean, I've been screaming and hollering at people for years that when you have big instances, I mean, it's an improvement, but it's not really flowing, and you're not really paying as you go.
Correct.
And so now you're coming up with this idea of doing it, so you have a kilowatt, you can have a megawatt, and just keep on going. So how does this work, and who are your customers, and what are you doing for them?
So how it works is pretty simple, actually. We take about 6 metrics. So we have the CPU usage, memory usage, and storage usage, and then 3 IOs. We have the disk IO, and then we have network IO, which is split into 2 parts. LAN IO inside the data center, and WAN IO, things leaving the data center. We combine those 6 metrics together into that one unit that we call a kilowatt. And with that one unit, we're able to do things like trend your usage over time. We're also able to compare your usage on one platform versus what it will look like on another platform when it comes to cost. And also we can use it for billing purposes. Some of our customers are customers in like Las Vegas data centers, where they would basically stand up a cloud of some sort and use our measure as the way to bill their customers. We also have enterprise customers that use our measure to compare different sets of infrastructures inside of their infrastructure, looking for efficiency, and then either consolidate or move to the cloud if they find that'll be more efficient.
Now, you'd think that the whole world would try to migrate in this direction. Is it because it's more difficult than it seems, or is it just that, let's say, business models are such that we don't have to yet?
So I find that there's a combination of both, right? The first part, when it comes to is it difficult or not, I mean, it's not simple. There are a lot of things that we had to go through in the beginning, some hoops we had to jump over to get this right. So getting it right is half the battle. The other half the battle is different people have different ways of billing out their infrastructures, and they're used to them. And we're a change to the norm. And being able to help others understand the benefits of making this change is half the battle, and the other battle is implementing that change. So our job is to sort of help them go through that process and get to a point where the whole world is using this single unit, and then we can trade it.
Yeah, you can do that. That's what I'm thinking. So you have the kind of the technical challenge, but there's the cultural challenge as well.
That's correct. People used to bill in certain ways. I mean, in the cloud platform, they bill by the instance, and everybody knows that. They understand it, it's clear. And then in the old ways, you bought a machine, and you use that machine, and you pay for the machine.
Right, but the instance model is just like coming halfway. It's not really flowing like water or.
That's true. We have this term of saying that's more billing by the allocation versus the consumption. So what we're trying to do is change that landscape.
And so with that, if you're a customer too, by looking at a true consumption model, then you really know what you're consuming, and then you can start to take measures to be more efficient here, more efficient there, and the whole idea of what you want to. I'm not sure if you'd even would you continue to use the word provisioning, or?
Well, in our world, you still have to provision machines,
Sure.
but in our world, we don't really need the unit as a machine to do your measurement. It's really the workload. So one of the things that I'm talking about in this conference is about containers. Containers is that next level up, right?
Yeah.
And so at that point, we're measuring the processes running inside a machine.
Yeah.
And the way we do our measurement can apply to both physical, virtual machines, and also containers.
How do people find out about this? Is this something that you can go online and kind of test, or they need to talk to you and you need to explain to them how this works?
No, you can actually go online, www.6fusion.com, and you can go ahead and sign up and get access to our platform, and you can download an agent. We have one for VMware. You can just plug it in, and it'll start using it in 30 minutes. You'll start to see your kilowatt usage.
I like this. Now, this kilowatt idea, this is one that, of course, you want to have the whole world know about as far as 6fusion is concerned. But is it something that you want the whole world to think of? You want people to start thinking in terms of this, or just thinking in terms of this and you?
Well, we want the whole world to start thinking in terms of making computing a utility.
Yeah.
And just like an electrical utility, if it's simple to build because people just basically plug in and use, and the cloud with the technology advancements are coming to that point where you can just drop something on a cloud and start using it. So the billing can help, the unit of measure in order to facilitate that is the next step for us. And we hope the whole world can see that if you build it the way we think it should be built, or measured is the right word, the way we should measure it, then you can have all sorts of opportunities for billing models. You can have all sorts of opportunities for things like, trading, compute, and hedging your risks.
It truly becomes a utility and a commodity. That's cool, because the book was written more than 10 years ago now. It's been a while. I mean, you think, it was a few years ago. It was quite a while ago, and now this is great. We've been sitting here for a few minutes, and I'm going to, as soon as the lights are off, I'm going to go check it out.
All right.
This is something I want to learn all about. We've been sitting for a few minutes here with Delano Seymour from 6fusion Kilowatt. Don't forget that. Go online, 6fusion.com. Thank you very much.
Thank you
for joining us. Thank you for watching. For Syscon TV, this is Roger Struckhoff.